right, let me share my screen. Great. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well, that you slept well, and you had a good coffee because today should be pretty interesting. So, Filthy Rich, right? Okay, so we had a couple questions as well in the Q&A chat this morning. So I'll just do the market review as usual, and then I'll just cover quickly the questions uh, that were brought up in the Q&A channel. So and then we'll follow up with if you guys have additional questions. So we'll try to do it quickly. It's already almost 9. So let's review the market this morning. So yesterday, and that could cover some of the question as well. But yeah, let's look first at the market dashboard. That's always where I start. All right, so still pullback confirmed. Um, we're we're getting in that critical and kind of pivotal part of that pullback, just like I explained yesterday, or was it the day before? I don't remember, but uh, here's what I am watching for. Um, Sorry for those pop-ups. Matt is working too hard. So yeah, we're getting in that kind of critical, pivotal point of that market, and I'll try to show both of the kind of the broad market picture and the Q's picture, which is heavily weighted for mega caps as well. So, but that's good to see both sides, right? Um, Can I switch off these? Where is Discord? Oh no, that's not what I was. Sorry, I'm trying to just stop those notifications, but I'll try to do that after. All right, so price wise, always the first thing that I'm following. So price is price first. So once again, we had that breakdown of the 21 DMA structure. We had that initial rally right into the declining 21 DMA structure. So that's always when I'm starting to look for constructive action. So from there's basically three main scenarios. Anything can happen, obviously, but those are the three scenarios that I'm always looking at. So, do we, and let's take this one just for the sake of drawings. Uh, so, first rally into the declining 21 DMA structure. Then comes the three scenario. Uh, do we just push higher from here and just kind of confirm a V-shaped shakeout with a reclaim of the 21 DMA. Then possible scenario is retest of the highs. Then we backtest into the 21 DMA structure. hold it and then build some kind of range or just go. That's kind of the first scenario, and why I tested the market the day before yesterday. Then the second scenario, which is still constructive, is that we reject the 21 DMA structure, and instead of rolling over, we're creating that higher low structure. What it means is simply that buyers are stepping in above the prior low. It just means it just show the buyer's strength or the seller's weakness, whatever which side you want to see it, or a combination of both. But it shows the interest and how this market is bought up. So that's very good clue. Uh, Obviously, this ILO structure is not confirmed until we have a daily reversal. So we reclaim the prior day's high. So in yesterday's case, that was Tuesday's high, which we didn't confirm. Uh, and for today, we will look at yesterday's high. So if we reclaim yesterday's high, we would confirm that daily reversal. So that short-term trend would flip to an uptrend, right? Because an uptrend is a series of higher lows and higher highs. So we would have our higher low and we would have our higher high, right? Um, so that's what I'm looking, and that's kind of the scenario number two. And ideally, of course, we would need to reclaim the 21 DMA structure. But first thing first, we confirm the daily reversal and confirm kind of the short-term uptrend attempt. So until we confirm that, it will remain in anticipation kind of play, and it remains a potential higher low structure. So that's good to define as well. And finally, the third scenario, which you always need to keep in your mind, is we have that breakdown of the structure, that rally retest, and instead of creating that higher low structure or maybe a retest of the lows, it's not always the same price cycle, but it rhymes. You get a rollover and a new low being created, and in that case we have and we reconfirm the short-term downtrend structure with a low, a higher, a lower high, a lower low, and then we just reconfirm that the downtrend is still active, right? So yeah, that's a three scenario. 21 DMA structure, V shape kind of rally, then a back test, a retest, rejection, higher low structure, which we seem to build right now. Or scenario number three is a rollover and a new low. So that's always what I'm looking for when we have a pullback, how the scenarios are playing out. And in advance, you cannot know, right? You're just you focus on observing price action each day and observe all the leaders, how they are acting, and you assess as you go, and you commit capital, knowing that just like yesterday, I committed capital, I've put some risk just because it's shaping up. It's a potential scenario number two playing out, and if you don't test it, you'll be late. So uh, I'm not saying load the boat and go 100% on margin with that kind of setup, but that's where you have to test the market, put some risk, and if you have traction, if things are working, then you had more risk. So you can have more risk when we have confirmation of the daily reversal. You can add some risk when we reclaim the 21 DMA structure. You can add some risk again when we backtest into the now rising 21 DMA structure. So that's kind of the uh, normal and expected price action cycle that you'll get used to see and used to kind of a bit anticipate and follow to manage your exposure and just assess where the market health and the market odds lies day by day. All right, so enough of that. I think it was pretty clear. Just want to touch as well that QQQE, that's what I follow because it's kind of the broad market, the broad Nasdaq. So each of the 100 components are equally weighted, unlike NQ and the Qs. And I always like to look as well for what mega caps are doing with NQ and the Qs. That gives also good information that you can add to your thesis. And yesterday, what we had on Nasdaq, and mainly due to Apple and Tesla, so and even Amazon. So mega caps were very strong yesterday. That's good information. Apple, uh, Apple up 5%, reclaim of the 21 DMA structure. Amazon, very strong of the lows, retesting the 21 DMA structure. Tesla, 21 DMA reclaim, not yet the structure, but pretty close. Netflix, potential kind of undercut and rally slash shakeout. Meta just flagging very tight. Google, potential higher low here, building pretty nicely. Nvidia just flagging as well. Microsoft pulling back into structure, but overall, mega caps are looking very good, very strong. So that's good information. So what I wanted to say about NQ is we had that um, structure breakdown last week on Friday. Monday, unlike QQQE, we reclaimed the structure right away. And that's kind of the scenario number one that I was explaining on QQQE, right? We had that straight up V-shaped recovery reclaim. Then came the back test. So we reclaimed the structure. We came back into it. We created that higher low and back test into structure. And yesterday, what we had? Whoop, sorry. We had our daily reversal. So we made a new high. So we reconfirmed a new high, a short-term uptrend, and so QQQE setup was not that strong, like I said, because the daily reversal was not confirmed. But seeing it on the Qs and seeing it on NQ kind of added some conviction to my thesis of that higher low structure being made on QQQE. So that's what a bit happened in my head yesterday. All right. So what else? Important information as well. So when you see that kind of action, but you don't have breadth as confirmation, that's not as strong as well. So breadth was not that strong yesterday, but we had our hookup and same higher low structure than we had on price. So McClellan summation, that's what I'm following. And right now we're still downtrend below the 10 moving average. So we're still in a confirmed pullback. And that's why I treat this opportunity right now as an anticipation play and playing it more safely with smaller exposure because we're still in a confirmed breadth contracting regime, right? But what is interesting for an anticipation play is that higher low structure. So the oscillator was accelerating to the downside. We had the first hook up on the rally Monday, then hook back down and created that higher low. So that divergence in breadth. And yesterday we also reconfirmed that hookup. So same thing as price. So and breadth extension as well. So short term, not long term, because we didn't have enough strength to reclaim the 200 days and 50 days moving average. But that could happen today. But on the short term, we had that oversold condition, rally, and higher low structure as well with a new high on the stocks above their 5-day moving average. So we have that potential higher low in price. We have that higher low and hook up in breadth. So for me, it's looking better than just saying price without the breadth confirmation. So that's basically what I was looking yesterday to define it as a proper anticipation opportunity. All right, let's review portfolio. Um, so I took some NQ futures yesterday on that daily reversal. I'm not calling them in the trade channel anymore, but yeah, Um, I'll review daily each morning in the pre-market if I took or want to take a position, but it's a pretty small one. I just wanted to test kind of the daily reversal from that 21 DMA structure pullback. So yeah, that's a position that I will carry in testing a potential new leg higher. So first position, Hood. And that also had some conviction to the market setup, right? When you see Hood being the market leader along Palantir and a few others, having that shakeout and pull back into the 21 DMA structure, having that higher low structure right here, and today confirming a daily reversal potentially if we hold that gap. So looking very good. We have kind of July 1 month base. Basically, we went nowhere. We digested the extension. We're now not extended anymore from the 15 to 21. So yeah, now it looks much better than to play it once it was extended. BitX, it's basically a Bitcoin play for me, right? So we had that daily reversal. We were still above the 21 DMA structure, but IRL structure, daily reversal. That's basically the same anticipation setup as the market. So that's why I took that BitX exposure. VRT. So VRT is was pretty strong on the left side. We had earnings, which was good, but the stock just needed to rest at this point, pretty extended. It came back with the market, which is fine. We had that first leg down, and I, it's still possible, and it would have been possible that we had a two-leg down pullback. But now it seems that this structure low and 21 DMA structure is holding, and we are likely to confirm a daily reversal today. So good looking. I like VRT. It's a strong name, strong group, hot team. So I like this position. And Rubric. So position entered. The setup was that big base breakout, right? So That's a big base breakout, good extension. Kind of came back with earnings, created that pullback structure, a bit wedgy. We had that downtrend line structure that we broke out last week. Then we that's the scenario too that I was explaining before, right? So uh, push above the 21 DMA structure, retest of the downtrend line, retest of the 21 DMA structure right here. A bit volatile. Um, I agree, but the setup is there, and this one could move fast, and it showed in the past that it can really trend well. So yeah, I'm open and um, okay with trade it even if it's not that tight. My risk is defined against the 21 DMA structure anyway. So what I'll look today is a daily reversal to really confirm the high low structure. And if we do that, I think it's looking good for a potential new leg higher. What's in focus? Oh, they're gapping good. So probably nothing to do then. Today I'll see if we have other setup in the Traders Lab scan, but let's cover them first. So EVAV, so hierarchical structure right in the 21 DMA. We clearly have that VCP in here. So I like the contraction in price and in time right in the 21 DMA structure. So I was looking to play yesterday's high pivot for a daily reversal. But yeah, we're gapping up. So maybe look for weakness if we open a week and we retest the 21 DMA structure. We retest that reversal pivot. That would be a great place to initiate and engage. And Carvana. So Carvana, a pretty big base breakout right here. Earnings, we had that pop on the earnings, and this name is trading like that. Very, very often you see that pop into earnings, pull back. We had that. I remember this one last year. This one we pulled back and then followed through. But it's a characteristic of that stock. It likes to pull back following earnings, even if it gap up. So yeah, that's a pretty good spot right here. We are retesting the base area. We are retesting the 21 DMA structure as well. So convergence of support. And when I see a stock like pulling back hard like that nonstop, and that's a pretty big drop, right? 16% in just 1, 2, 3, 4, basically in 4 days. So I don't expect that kind of V-shaped recovery, right? I'm expecting some kind of backfilling, base building, and maybe range building as we tighten up. But yeah, very often you'll see the first initial push, first initial reaction, and then we'll have maybe higher low to play against. Right here, we might kind of build a small tight range. That's the kind of action that I will look in the next few days um, instead of chasing that gap today. So not in a hurry in Carvana. I will likely keep it in my focus list and watch for that kind of ILO structure to take shape. And yeah, so with that gap up, we might have in the liquid leaders pullback scan setups, we might have more 21 DMA structure reclaim setup. compared to, because in the last few days we had some strength. So the names that we were having in the scan were more like Hood and those kind of names where we simply pull back from above the 21 DMA structure. So I think that if we change the RS score, you will understand what I mean. Um, so the type of setups that I'm referring is a bit like spot. So higher low structure, just like the market, and now setting up like a 21 DME structure reclaim. Same thing for Okta. Same thing for Tesla. Um, so Marvel not looking too bad, but high 8 of these trades. Yeah, that's the kind of setup that might pop into the scan today. Hokta, Spot, Tesla type of setups. So I will share them in the Long Ideas channel anyway. All right, so I think we covered good ground. Market review. I explained what I was looking for and still look for as the clues that the market is gaining traction, is strengthening, and that opportunities is really confirming. So I hope it explains. So yeah, filthy rich. Thanks, Alex. That answered my question really well. Perfect. Thanks for confirmation. So let's go with the Q&A. Vic, do you factor QQQ at all as it is gapping up close to all-time highs and nearly 2 times ATR from the 21 and 3 days lows above 21? Um, yeah, I think I covered that I'm tracking the Qs. To be honest, we're not that far from the 21 DMA. Uh, the Qs learn the character as well. So the Qs like to trade and mean revert uh, at 2 to 3 times ATR from the 21 DMA. So look at those gray spots. That's 2 times ATR. The red ones are 2.5 times ATR, and when there's a bar like that, that's 3 times ATR. So look back, and that's usually when you get those mean reversions. When you hit those 2.5, 3 times ATR from the 21 DMA. So unless we see that, I'm not really concerned. We had a pullback. We had good breath cool down as well. So that's something to consider. Um, Look at where the breath is. So all breath is below 50% and mostly neutral after coming from an oversold hit short term as price pulled back into the 21 DMA structure. So no, not a concern. We certainly have upside from here. But like I said, if my focus list names like um, EVAV and CVNA are gapping up, I'm not chasing. If we come back into a retest of structure, then that will be a good spot to engage, but not chasing on that gap up. So Bernsey, what was the screener parameter you changed? Oh yeah, sure. So what I change is, yeah, I like to be focused on the top RS names, right? So usually my scan is set as um, a top 1000 RS rank. Um, so let's just get back like that. So top 1000. So that's the name that I get. And what I wanted to show is simply the weaker names that might uh, have been hit harder by the pullback or were lagging before, and showing kind of a 21 DMA structure reclaim instead of pulling back into structure. So leaders were above the structure and pulling back into it with the market. But the laggards were kind of in downtrend below structure, um, and rallied into structure and kind of creating that higher low, just like spot, for example. And what I did is simply to expand to all our strength names. So now I get the lagging names, right? I get those Marvel, BLDR, Tesla. So that's what I mean. Those names were in long-term downtrend, long-term base building. So that's not a bad thing. These names can fly, and to be honest, Tesla looks very good. Um, but you just have to recognize that these names will have lower relative strength just because they are building a base for quite some time. All right, so hi Alex, I have a question. Do you use MCO for short term and MCSI for long term? So a bit, yeah. Uh, I use MCO mainly for anticipation. Um, so McClellan certainly give kind of the larger picture, right? That's what you want to follow um, once the trend is confirmed. But like you say, and how you see me trade, I like to be engaged early in anticipation. And how do you play anticipation is by looking at the oscillator for little clues of that improvement. That's what I covered a bit earlier. So uh, let me just go back to being in sync. Yeah, okay. So right here, uh, how do you play that in anticipation, for example? So McClellan summation still in downtrend, but you had that divergence. So you had that low being made, and then that next leg lower right here was very weak. So what it means is, yeah, that downtrend is still there, but the sellers are not able to push the market down anymore. Sellers are weak, buyers are starting to regain control. So you can test the market. You can try to position a bit before the McClellan summation flips up, and you're a bit late, and the best setups might have been gone and extended. So if I wait, and that was the case in April's rally, if I would have waited for the McClellan hook up and the reclaim of the 10-day moving average, I would have missed Hood, I would have missed Palantir, I would have missed Rocket Lab, etc. All the names that made my months during that time, I would have missed them because they would have been too extended. So market in the last few years certainly reward uh, playing in anticipation, and that's fine. You just have to know what to look for, right? So yeah, McLean Oscillator is a great way to spot those imbalance and divergence as the sellers are getting weaker and buyers are trying to regain control. And a way to see it is that divergence and that higher low structure, meaning that sellers are not able to push the market down anymore, and Brett is kind of improving under the surface. Okay, sorry if not clear, but I meant as in terms of strength, giving us another signal. Okay, Vic. So yeah, I covered that. That's a good point. So QQQE was kind of my setup, right? Uh, but we didn't confirm the daily reversal, and it was not a very strong higher low structure because it didn't reclaim prior day's high and didn't reclaim the 21 day structure. So I use QQQ to kind of give me more confirmation and conviction, uh, just because the Qs were so strong, the mega caps were so strong that it confirmed the high low structure with the daily reversal. So right here. Uh, so the higher low was confirmed. We reclaimed the reversal pivot. We confirmed the higher low structure. So in that case, yeah, it gave me a lot more conviction into the market setup. Thanks. Enjoy your vacation with family. Thank you, my friend. I think it will be a good vacation, and uh, it was a big year and big few years. So yeah, I'll try to disconnect the more I can, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate. Thanks, guys. So market open. Let's go and see how we open. And game plan for me today, like I said yesterday, is really to kind of observe if we hold that gap, if we confirm that market setup, how my position will hack today. So far, so good. And if I see some constructive action, I might add a few more risk later in the day. I really try to focus at the end of the day now for either buys or sells or trims. So yeah, you'll see me do that more and more. So if things are holding by the end of the day, you will see me add maybe one or two more position, but I don't want to go above 50% exposure. And that's a just a personal thing because I'm going on vacation and I don't want to be heavy exposed. Um, so yeah, that's where my limit will be, and I don't want to manage too much exposure or positions as well. So I will likely just stay below 50% exposure. All right, so I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.